Invisible Man is, what do you do on a day-to-day basis? What's your daily experience like?
Well, I'm invisible, so I don't have to waste time with my appearance. I more or less spend my time at work. I'm a doctor and I experiment a lot. I recently developed a pill that blocks out any negative associations so people can experience their daily life filtered without any negative discussions or comments from others.
Okay, great. Wow, what a thorough answer. Hey, Mr. Invisible Man, it's tough because I can't see your camera, but I guess I'll just keep continuing. How do you define yourself?
I used to define myself as a doctor, but more and more I'm defining myself as someone who is not there, someone no one can see.
Oh, wow. These answers are so well thought out, Mr. Invisible Man. What major ideas, life guiding principles, or politics are important to you?
I used to be dedicated to science. I still am in a lot of ways, but I'm finding my interests in discovery are waning, at least in regards to scientific discovery. Now that I'm invisible, I found myself discovering all the interactions that are now different. And I may or may not have tried to push the bar in terms of what's acceptable, if you know what I mean.
Oh, maybe I don't know if I do know what you mean, but okay, Mr. Invisible Man. I like how much you're alluding here. And what type of job do you have?
I'm a scientist, and don't tell anyone I'm also a burgeoning thief.
Uh-oh, I guess that helps to be invisible. How did you get into how did you get into being a scientist and someone who is a burgeoning?
Well, I first became a scientist dedicated to discovery when my mother was ill. I wanted to find a way to cure her mysterious illness. But when she passed, I found my desires to be based more personal. I wanted to be the next great scientist like Einstein.
Oh, wow, Einstein. Was he even a scientist? I don't know. It sounds like Mr. Buckley wrote these answers. Um, what is the biggest accomplishment you have?
Well, what a stupid, bloody question. I'm most proud of erasing my physical appearance, obviously.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty cool. Sorry, Mr. Invisible Man. Please don't be so mean to me. What are your biggest influences?
My mentor, Dr. Sear, is my biggest influence, but lately I find I relate more to with Jack the Ripper.
Whoa, Dr. Sear. Sounds like a really spot on name there. Jack the Ripper is a killer, isn't he? Um, okay. What's your background? Who's your family? Where are you from?
Where am I from? What do you mean? I'm invisible. This interview is preposterous. I have a mind to kill you myself.
Oh, shit. Okay, Visible Man, it's getting out of control, man. What's one of the most surprising, pleasing, or frustrating events from your life?
The most frustrating event was when I was in the bank the other day. I waited until the teller opened her drawer and stuffed all the cash into a bag. But when I tried to leave, some hero got in my way, a middle aged man, a real James Dean, if you will. But when I kicked him in the shin to make my escape, he grabbed me by the throat and confirmed that even though I appear visible, I can be touched by those who are not.
Oh, wow. Okay, I like these very elementary answers. All right, last thing, Mr. Invisible Man, thank you so much for sticking around with us. Last question, any misconceptions you want to clear the air about?
The only misconception is that I'm not going to kill you, Mr. Interviewer. So the word doesn't get out and my plot for world domination isn't foiled.
Oh no, Invisible Man, don't come kill